Last night I had like 5 hours of a dishwasher as a dishwasher position. I sent a text message to the individual that hired me. I forget what his name is, and I said I just I declined the position. Obviously in a peaceful manner. I could put it in a video what I said. It was it's just that I don't want conflict, and also I'm worth more than that position. I'm not the one to be like, oh, I want to do this, I need more, but it's just not for me. Also, I gotta say, as far as the restaurant business is concerned, how dishes are washed, it's very inadequate actually. You know, first of all, they come in, you just spray. It's like a little spray. It has pressure. I have that same thing installed in my kitchen. My parents have as well. It's like it's a hose for lack of a better word. It's a sink and a hose, and you pull it. You could just maneuver. I mean, people are aware about. I don't know the exact term, but it's the way it's done. You just hose it off, and you put the dishes. You slide in the dishwasher. The dishwasher. I mean, the guy just it was my first day. The individual that was a dishwasher there since the restaurant opened, and he 4 years. He has experience. He was telling me in English, but his accent I couldn't understand him, and a lot of times he just didn't explain anything to me, like as far as how the dishwasher works, anything like that. This other guy, his name is Wilson. He was, I think he's a bus boy. That's the term, bus man. You want to say it like that. It's kind of, to make a joke about that. You know, but he was the one that I said, oh, because this and the other thing. I asked him questions. He was more thorough. But yeah, the other guy, his name is Alberto. He was disrespectful, and that's the reason that I'm quitting. Why I quit? Actually, I'm quitting. I quit. He was just like, come on, wrap it up, papi, 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 yeah, there. He was just like, disrespectful. Also, like looking down on me. And I went to him, it's my first day. He's like, he just became quiet. And then another thing, when somebody else was around, he started acting differently. And I just don't have time to be like, hey, why this, and the other thing. I kept it inside. I think I said something like, hey, it's my first day, this and the other thing. You know, it's like not something like you want to say, but it's like you think about what. Who knows? Maybe I have months in there. I'll get experience, and I'll be actually good. I know I have a skill set. And I'm worth more. You're not gonna look down on me like that. Also, yeah, the whole Poppy thing. Hey, Poppy, Poppy. It's like I didn't say anything, but it's like, listen, man, I'm not your fucking dad. All right. You're as if you were my son. We wouldn't have this discussion. You know, I will teach you some manners actually, and not in an unkind way, like I'll degrade you actually. Just like, nah, you need to get your act together. You don't call me fucking daddy or some shit. And if it's disrespectful to the like me, I could care fucking less with your patriarchal fucking, nuances and terms. Fuck you. Get off that shit. Especially when you're like, the individual was like frustrating me. I mean, he was just, frustrating. He was fucking annoying me a lot of times, you know. I mean, obviously I don't experience, and it's like, I get things right. I told him, listen, I just need some time to learn. He walked away, just didn't acknowledge me. It's like, I get I'm the new guy, but it's like, I don't fucking play that fucking game. I don't do that fucking new guy, hey, we're just gonna fuck you, a couple months, like, no, none of that. You need to be more open-minded, actually, you know? And that's Westfield, New Jersey. A couple of months ago, I was driving. Obviously, I don't have proof. While driving this individual, there were from the kitchen workers, Latinos too, and in my mind, say de cuchillo, means like from a knife. I mean, you got a fucking knife? Oh yeah, fucking. I mean, you could say, well, we're just tough. No, no, no. I want to talk to those people as well. I believe. What are you fucking trying to say, yo? From fucking knife? What? Huh? So it is Westfield, New Jersey, and I said I wouldn't say this. There's something going around. This is my second job I got in Westfield, New Jersey. I don't know what that's about, but I don't want that fucking thing. I want none of that. Especially when when I get disrespected, and then people mentally say I ridicule people for something egregious. That was a crossing guard job. I know what that fuck is about. A lot of people chime in my head, and I imitate. Actually, I guess the term is channeling by accident. I entertain myself, and I don't make fun of sexual assault or anything other like that. If anyone thinks that, they should approach me and actually have a conversation. I apologize if I got in your mind I was ridiculing something serious. I just want to know who actually. And Del Cuchillo and fucking, how am I your father and shit. That's actually Westfield, New Jersey to me, actually. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I didn't put that in a text form to the guy. Be like, that's a lot of information. I really don't know what I am doing the manual right now. I can't do this right now. I feel like crazy now, but that's the truth. Just go on my YouTube. And it's yeah, I had a bad night. That and a lot of other people. I walked out. Not that it matters, but it's like I was like I caught some. Well, the numbers on it's not the speedometer. It's the gauge. It's calculates mileage. This year I borrowed my mother's car, and it was just a great set of numbers. As soon as I thought to myself, I'm not gonna like settle for like any kind of job just to get a paycheck. I don't have to like work here if I don't like it. Immediately I looked down and it was a set of numbers. I was like, wow, that's great. That's pretty incredible how that was. It's a form of like I don't say it's like the universe being in touch with you, but if you think about quantum communication, everything is quantum. It is. I mean, that's trading energy, but it's I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like serendipity in a while, in a way, serendipity. It's something that, like, we're in touch with the universe, and at times, like, if you want to be poetic, if I want to be poetic, as far as the universe lets us know we're on the right path or on the wrong path, you know. So I saw that, and it made me feel a little bit better. You know, I don't really have that like anger towards anybody, especially that guy Alberto. It's just like I'm not gonna settle and like being like put down. I have to put my head down, and eventually like the guy that hired me. I just don't want drama here. Well, there's gonna be drama, because that guy's not gonna change, and I'm not gonna change. I wasn't hostile. I was peaceful. I did remark that one thing. I don't know if I remarked anything else, but it's like if it's gonna be like that, I'm not gonna subdue myself just to put myself down just for like I gotta finish like 5 hours and I'll go home. It's not gonna be like that, you know. So I'll just I'll go somewhere else, and whatever people see and they have it in their mind with their own imagination or lies. Hey, you could just fucking lie to yourself. I could care fucking less. It doesn't bother me. Reality is fucking reality. And a lot of you people just don't fucking accept reality, especially when you're around other people.